military drafts in industrialization in Europe. We are talking about potential military drafts across Europe. We're talking about potential military drafts in Canada and the United States as well. I will go that far. Now, that may be a ways off, but I don't think it's that far off. I think we're literally one event now away from that actually becoming reality. You literally have the head of the UK military making a public statement saying explicitly that we're going to war with the Russians. He explicitly said that. We're going to war with the Russians, and you need to consult with your loved ones and let them know that at a moment's notice you may be deployed to the front lines.
All right, Shalom. This is Harwan Banyasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim La Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Harakah Kodash Ma'amaf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Shalom to you Akim and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Yeah, you heard about the recent news of Vladimir Putin calling up 300,000 reserves for the military and telling them to prepare to give their life for their country. All right, and then you have the UK following suit. All right, and there's talks of it in Canada and also possibly, it's coming someday to America. All right, something called the draft. So all of this is a setup for what's called martial law, World War III, and the demise of this place called the Daughter of Babylon. All right. So let's read a couple scriptures with that in mind, because we know these things are coming to this place, America. But you still got Jake Sleep out there. All right. I was looking earlier on social media, and all you see a lot of our people doing is acting a fool on the internet. The women half naked, chasing that American dream, which was never for us anyway. Now, I want to read the scripture. It's Revelation 16 and 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. All right, so from over there in Europe. So they're the ones controlling this whole thing, man. All right, steering the wheel. So if it's a draft, it's really because of the draconian measures that's coming from Europe. And the president or the what you would call the Pentagon, calling for a draft, man. All right. Or first they probably call all the reserves here in America to the battlefield, and then after that it'd be the citizens at some point. All right. But hey, we'll see. We'll see when it goes down, because there's talks of a possible dollar crash this year, where they're switching to a digital currency next year. All right, allegedly, but we all know it's going to happen according to prophecy. But these things are upon us. All right. So Jake, they killing each other in these streets, so they need to be taken over there to the damn war. Take their ass right over to Ukraine, put them on the front line, and they can throw up all them gang signs over there. Take the whole gang over there too, so they'll be nice and comfortable, feel safe with each other. But that's what they need to take over there, man. Revelation 16 and 13. So these spirits that are established from Europe represent the banking system here in America, which you see what's happening with that, with the Feds raising the interest rates um, again. And then you have um, the military system and the religious system, right, with the Pope and such. When you have the Pope calling for all the people, the nations around the world, to send their reserves to the Bank of Rome to keep it safe from something that's supposed to be happening soon, man. You know. So yeah, you have the military. This goes into NATO, which is basically a formation of all those countries in Western Europe and America, all protecting each other. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It's basically Russia, according to Ezekiel 38, against all of Europe, man. Western Europe and America. All right, so all those nations are going to join with Russia, like China, Iran, Turkey, at least parts of Turkey, and you know, Africa. All right, so all these things are planned for their new world order. So it's not just happening out of the blue. It's according to prophecy, and the Lord is using Esau to lead all these nations together for the war. All right, so I'm gonna get that real quick. So they're all being gathered, you know, really through the Spirit of the Lord. Let me get this real quick. This is Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord. So we're supposed to wait on the Lord. Don't go out there to that military. Don't join that draft. You know, whatever reason, the Lord is going to keep the men of the Lord out of that draft, man. All right. Therefore, wait ye upon me, and that's what we're doing. We're waiting on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man, to show his power in these times. Saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. And the prey is these nations and 2/3 of our people. For my determination is to gather the nations. See? So they're all being gathered. It's the Lord's will. That I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy, man. All right, so the Lord's going to use these nations. The Lord has used these nations to bring forth something called the waster to destroy, which is those ICBM missiles, you know, nuclear, uranium enrichment. This is all done by the will and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right. Let me get this real quick. This is Isaiah 55 and 11. So shall my word be. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. All right, it's the judgments of the Lord. His word went out, and it's coming to pass. All right, according to 2nd Ezra, I think this was it, chapter 9. And it shall not return unto me void, man, but it shall accomplish that which I please, man. And it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. All right. So the Lord is drawing these nations together into a war to destroy themselves in preparation for Yahushua to arrive in the midst of that battle. All right, in the midst of World War III. So this is Revelation 16 and 14 or 13. And I saw three. All right, and I saw three unclean spirits like frogs leap out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils, man. Nothing but deception going on through the media. All right. It's the ones that's I saw something earlier. It was a post from the Edomite, and he said he was studying fire or some type of ants. Some ants was white, red. Some ants were black. And he said they put them in a jar, and the ants were cool with each other until somebody shook the jar up. And once they shook the jar, the ants would start killing each other. And I guess I guess the message behind that would be who's shaking the jar. Mm-hmm. That's the message. Who's shaking the jar? It's the those elites of Edom. All right. Revelation 16 and 14. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world. So that deception that they sent out into the world, causing friction and confusion, proxy wars, right? Manipulating the economy, preparing for the new world order. For they are the spirits of devils, man. And that's what Esau is, devils, the deceivers. Working miracles which go forth unto the kings of the earth. And the kings of the earth like Russia, even over here in America and China. And of the whole world, see, to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Almighty. And it's going to be a draft, too. Within that, within that gathering, the Lord gonna cause some of these jakes to be gathered into that draft, man. Behold, I come as a thief, and some of these jakes gonna go willingly. Look at the war in Ukraine, man. There was a lot of jakes that went over there willingly to the war. All right. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth, man, and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame, man. So he basically got to stay in his truth. All right. So the Lord said he coming as a thief, and that's why, as this guy Canadian Preppers was speaking about, he says all hell is breaking loose, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody cares. Why? Because the Lord got a deep sleep on these people. All right? And delusion. So they can be destroyed, man. Wake up at the last second. They all going to see it together. It's going to be too late. All right? They're going to know it's the judgment of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And he gathered them together into a place called, in the Hebrew tongue, Armageddon, man. So they being gathered together in that place. That word called Armageddon is Armageddon, which means mountain or gathering of troops, man. So they're all being gathered over there in the east. All right? Or, really over there near Kidron, But that whole area is going to be a hotbed for war over there in the east in general. All right, in the west, Western Asia as well. And on the borders of dealing with Ukraine. Okay, so they all being gathered, and with that they're gonna be gathering people, for the war. Right? Putin mobilized 300,000, man. That's a whole army. So that's like 2 armies he got now. Plus North Korea, China, Iran. This is Psalm 17 and 8. Keep me as the apple of the eye, man. So we're praying to the Lord to keep us, keep His Spirit on us, keep us in His truth, keep His eyes on us, man. Hide me under the shadow of Thy wings. All right, so we're praying to be hidden under the Lord's protection and under His chariots, according to Psalms 91. From the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about, man. See, they compassing us about. All right, and soon they're gonna push that fear button and try to promote a draft. All right, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about, man. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly, so they're enclosed in their own riches and their wealth. So that's why they're speaking proudly of this new world order and of war. So all of them feel safe. It says they have now compassed us in our steps, man. All right. So they're trying to set danger ahead for everybody. And it says here, where was I at? They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth, man, just like an eagle or just like a lion seeking whom they may devour. All right, boasting themselves up, perched up like an eagle, according to Obadiah. And they set their eyes to the earth, seeking whom they're going to devour on the earth, man. Seeking full control. And part of that's going to be a possible draft. Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey. All right, see, they already got us with the birth certificates. But now they want more control. They got social media. They got the debit cards and, the whole system set up. But now they want total control. All right. And it is and depopulation. And as it were, a young lion lurking in secret places, man. That's going to be those drafts. That's going to be the police gunning us down. You know how that go. Gunning our people down, and drafting our people to these wars. And also those, how can I say it without getting what you see at all the stores now, they give you an option to go in there and, do the, when the car is saying this can't take the oath. So verse 13, this is what we're praying to the Lord. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him. Oh man, we about to see the Lord raise up against these devils. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, right? Because there's no way out of this except for the Lord help us. If the Lord, if the Lord be with us, who can be against us? All right. From men which are thy hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures. They are full of children. They leave the rest of their substances to their babes. As for me, they talking about Esau. But as for me, talking about the elect, I will behold thy face in righteousness. So in the truth, in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness, man. So we're going to awake someday, and you're going to have spiritual powers. You're gonna wake someday, and you're gonna be like King David. You're gonna be like Yahushua. All right, ultimately in the chariot, and then in the kingdom. All right, so that's what we're hoping for: a new heaven and a new earth. Not fighting for America, not going to some draft, and dying for this man's agenda. No, no, no. All right, so let me get this real quick. All right, it says here. Second Ezra 16 and 63. Surely he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your hearts. For the Lord knows all their imaginations, all their plans, their agenda, their technology, their secret societies, their meetings, G20s and all that, their martial law plans, everything. So the Lord knows their inventions and what you think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin, talking about 2/3. Therefore hath the Lord exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame. So the Lord gonna put them all to shame. All right. Any robots they trying to create, any, let's call them androids, drones, AI technology, whatever they try to create and conjure up, the Lord put it in their heart to make it. So you're going to put them all to shame, man. When your sins are brought forth, ye shall be ashamed before men, and your own sins shall be your accusers in that day. And 2/3, man. That's proud, walking around here, living it up in America, chasing that American dream. When they got to stand on the front line and stand up for what they believe in. That's what the scriptures say, man. Their husbands, let me get that. Get this real quick. All right, second Ezra 16 and 32. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel through them, man. So it's going to be kind of like that movie, I forget the name of it, man, with Will Smith, when he just had the dog with him, and he was running around the city, and it was, he had grass and everything growing through the concrete. All right, but the Lord said these cities going to be laid waste, so even after the destruction, it says what? Where was I at? Let me go here. Let's start from here. 24. Wow, 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of the famine. So there's a famine coming. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, right? Because they're going to be fighting in the wars. They're going to be fighting in the streets. It's going to be wars at home and wars out wars domestically and wars, foreign and domestic. And they that shall, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. Many, right? But not the elect. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. Because a lot of the men going to be all fighting in the war and dying in the wars. And a lot of the police going to have to fight. A lot of the ambulance or whatever, they're going to be protecting their families. Ain't nobody going to be around it. There's going to be mass death going on, according to prophecy. All right? And the dead is going to be cast out like dung on the street and just sitting there with flies and insects around it, like dung. And there shall be no man to comfort them. No man to comfort the families, no service, basically no servicemen, you know, no man to comfort them, no servicemen, no policeman, no ambulance, fireman, all right, coroner, military, and there should be no man left, no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down, man. And that's happening now. We're seeing it, but it's gonna get worse. And they're gonna be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it, man. So there ain't gonna be no more work. All right. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? All right, you're gonna see who they have now doing a lot of the agricultural work would be like Issachar and Jake, just Jake's really. But you can see none of that. Nobody gonna be out there trimming the hedges. Everything gonna grow wild again. There ain't gonna be no more drilling in the mornings. Scripture said they're gonna wake up to the sound of the bird. Jackhammers, none of that, like up north. All right. The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all, right? So, it's gonna be so much death, man. And you're gonna have the earth's still gonna do what it does, man. You're gonna have trees growing, but it's gonna be so much death at some point, and people are gonna be put in martial law camps. It ain't gonna be freedom like they thinking. For all places shall be desolate of men, man. See that? So this is the beginning of it. Not just in Russia and around the world, but especially here in America. That's what this is talking about. All right, the daughter of Babylon. This is prophecy. It's gonna be desolate of men. That's why Isaiah 4 gonna come into play. So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. All right. So all these gangbangers and co-workers and business partners and family members, church members, these Masons, they all gonna desire to see another or a neighbor, and nobody gonna be around, man. It's gonna be ghost town. All right, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. You can say bye-bye to the internet, social media. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks, man. So people gonna be hiding in bunkers, hiding everywhere, running from the martial law troops, running from the Gurga troops, running from gang members. All right, neighbors. As in an orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword, man. See that martial law coming. They're gonna be snatching people up out of these houses. Especially they said with Russia, if they don't go and fight in the war and put their life on the line, then they go to jail. They go to prison. All right. I'm pretty sure it's more than that, but that's what I heard earlier on the news. These are the options that Putin is giving them. So it's going to be the same type of options here in America. possibly. All right, so where was that? All right, here you go. Verse 32, and the earth shall be laid waste. See that? Especially America, the scripture, the Lord said, what? Sit in the dust, the daughter of Babylon. And the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns. Let you know it's gonna be some months that go by during Jacob's trouble. All right. It says, because no man shall travel there through, and the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. Look at that. The virgins shall mourn, meaning the young women, the women, because a lot of the troops, a lot of the ones that's gonna get drafted into these wars or have to go out and fight are usually the young men. You know. So it says what? In the wars, the virgins, the young women shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. All right. Then you're gonna have the young women, the younger women, and the more mature women as well. And having no husbands, their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. All right, with nobody to protect them out here. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. All right, so the ones that don't go fight, either way, they're gonna perish in the famine, or they're gonna be sent off to fight in those wars, man. All right, domestically or foreign, either one. But that's what's coming. You know, the Lord gonna have this destruction beat up against every house, just like rain is gonna rain on every house. And only ones that have built their house upon the rock, and that rock being Yahushua, that's placed there by Yahweh, their house shall stand. And they're going to be able to be blessed to wait for the Lord. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of the famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord.